Hey everybody, Sandman Benny here, coming out with you guys with a video for how to start riding motorcycles in 2024. I've had a lot of people over the past few weeks DM me hundreds of DMs, thousands of comments, people asking me on my Instagram, hey, I just bought my first bike. Hey, I want to get into riding. How do I do it? And so I'm coming here to tell you in a little bit more of a long formatted video how to get into riding motorcycles, my qualifications and experience. I'm not some super guru instructor or this or that. I'm simply a guy who's been riding for almost a decade and about 80 or 90,000 miles now. So also, some of this information will vary state by state depending on where you live or what country you live in, but this is going to be for most areas within the US. So now the topics we're going to cover to get into this are going to be as follows. So, how to start motorcycling, classes you should take, how to get a license, what kind of bike should you buy, what kind of helmet should you buy, what other gear do you need, how to get insurance, and how to explain it to your friends and family. If you do like this video, please like it, please share it. I'm not doing this for subscribers. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing this because after hundreds of people have been DMing me on Instagram with questions, I want to provide safe and smart answers to you that I just can't do in a 1 minute video. So make sure to also catch me where I am most active on Instagram at Sandman_Benny. Now, a disclaimer, I know budget is a big part of riding for all of us. But let's be real for a second here, okay? Until you can afford your MSF class, a helmet, jacket, gloves, boots, pants, motorcycle, and insurance, you can't afford to ride. Don't buy a bike and then just say, "Oh, we'll get the rest of it." Let me help guide you on this journey so that you can make a smart and safe purchase without wasting money in the process. Because if you buy that bike first, you're going to be too tempted to ride it and you're going to skip all these other steps and get yourself hurt and cost yourself a lot of money and really financially set yourself in a bad place. So that being said, buy the bike last. All right, so classes. Now, the MSF or Motorcycle Safety Foundation has classes across the entire country daily. Prices vary, but usually they float between $200 and $400 for beginner riders. This class usually takes 2 to 3 days and involves 8 hours of parking lot instruction with provided motorcycles and 8 hours of classroom work that focus on local laws and good habits to build. There will also be a practical final where you have to navigate a traffic cone course in a parking lot, and speeds usually don't exceed 25 to 30 miles per hour. There will also be a written final where you will have to demonstrate knowledge on local laws and riding skill, terminology, and whatnot. Every state is different, but the MSF course will usually get you a certification that you can take to your local Department of Licensing in exchange for a motorcycle permit or endorsement that you can then have on your license. Now, that being said, let's just skip to the fun part here. What kind of bike should you buy? No two bikes are the same. However, if you're here from my Instagram, you're probably wanting to start riding sport bikes. And don't worry, I'll cover the other types as well. There really could be a separate video on this alone. So if that's something you guys want, let me know and I can put out a separate video on different types of beginner bikes for different types of riders and styles. Let's just get sport bikes out of the way. The Kawasaki Ninja 400 is widely renowned as the best sport bike for beginners. It is light, it is easy to control, and with roughly 45 horsepower, it's much more friendly than a 600, which has 120 horsepower, or a 1000/liter bike, which has well over 200 horsepower these days. The Ninja 400 will still be faster off the line than 90% of the cars on the road and will feel like a missile to those who are new to riding. But that being said, it is very forgivable. Accidentally dropping the clutch can result in backflipping or looping a 600 or a 1000. For the 400, it's a minor inconvenience that'll cause the bike to simply jolt and most likely just scare the crap out of the rider. You'll be able to easily travel at freeway speeds, and luckily, since it's such a popular beginner bike, you can find used ones for only a few $1,000s all over Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. You will most likely drop your first bike a couple of times, snap levers, scratch fairings, crack mirrors, bend foot pegs and shifters. A cheap bike will ensure cheap parts to help keep you riding more consistently. For cruisers, a Honda Rebel 300 or 500 is a very friendly beginner bike with a low seat height and stylish appearance. It's great for around town riding, and it's significantly lighter than the heavier cruisers that will be difficult for newer and or shorter riders. All right, now for the next most important investment, your helmet. Your brain is a wonderful thing that, if damaged, will not heal like other elements of your body over time. Invest in a good quality helmet. Don't buy some cheap helmet off of Amazon or Temu or Temu, however the hell you say it. Go to Cycle Gear or a motorcycle gear store near you and ask an employee to help size you. There are multiple different types of head shapes, and poorly fitted helmets are just as bad as no helmet at all. You're going to want an ECE 22.05 or 22.06 or a Snell rated helmet. DOT is not good enough. ECE is my personal favorite, given I've crashed in them and only got a little bit stupider, I think. I don't know. A helmet of this quality typically starts around $220 US. However, comfort and additional features can price these helmets well into the $1,000 range and up. Side plug, Fort9 on YouTube. Here is definitely someone you want to subscribe to, as he has great videos describing in detail the differences between these certifications. I'll post a link to his channel in the details below. Also, MC Rider has videos that taught me how to ride. He makes videos on parking lot maneuvers and drills you can practice to further develop your skills. I'll link his channel as well below. Excellent S-tier content from both of them, and can't recommend their videos enough. All right, now cool. You got a helmet. What else do you need? Well, there's a saying, dress for the slide and not the ride. This could be an entire video on its own, so let me know if that's also something you want. Gloves and jacket come next. Leather is tried and true for gloves. Get something with hard knuckles and a slider on the heel of the palm. This is a hard slider right here. This will help in case of a crash, and it will keep your wrist from biting the pavement and sending your arm over. It'll allow you to slide across the pavement nice and smooth. That being said, a jacket can be textile, mesh, or leather. 800 denier for textile, or 800 plus denier for textile and mesh, and 1.3 millimeter thickness for leather. Both should be equipped with level 2 armor in the forearms, elbows, shoulders, and most importantly, the back. My advice is to buy a jacket that you like and fits well, regardless of the armor, and then buy a full set of level 2 armor afterwards separately and toss it into the jacket. In time, you'll have multiple jackets, and just being able to swap out full armor sets between them is really nice. Jackets this quality typically start around $200 US, and the armor may cost another $100 to $150 US. Gloves may cost you anywhere from $80 to $250, depending on the brand and features you want. Any above the ankle boot is better than tennis shoes or low cut shoes. However, riding boots provide extra stability and reinforcement in high impact areas. Riding boots typically start as low as $100. Riding pants can be armored jeans, textile, or leather, typically starting around $200 USD. Same rules apply for the jacket. 800 or better denier, or 1.3 millimeter or thicker leather. Both should have level 2 armor again. All right, now for the sucky part, insurance. I know, history's greatest scam. However, for motorcycles, it is very valuable. There's another common phrase in the bike community, and it says there are 2 types of riders, those who have gone down and those who haven't yet. So that being said, everyone eventually crashes. It's fine. It's just part of the growing process. If you can control the variables enough and put yourself in a safe situation, you'll be just fine and keep riding. Crashes for motorcycles are 36 more times likely than cars, according to the National Highway Safety Traffic Association, or NHSTA, from 2021. That being said, when you go down, we're talking about potential ambulance ride, hospital bills, damage to your vehicle, damage to another vehicle, damage to other property, gear replacement, lost wages if you miss work, etc. Get the best coverage possible. Myself personally, I have full coverage and then pay about $35 a month extra to max out the coverage in each category. Having both crashed and had motorcycles stolen, it's worth every penny, I promise. Call around and get quotes. Make sure to mention that you've taken your MSF course. This, combined with having a beginner bike of a smaller displacement, often gets you some really nice discounts, usually in the 30 to 40% range. Yes, 30 to 40% usually. Now, probably the most overlooked one for most people, motorcycling will become your entire personality when you start riding. It just takes control of your life in the best way possible. However, just as you once didn't understand, others in your life won't either. Oh, my fill in the blank crashed when I was 6 and unalived. Or, oh, aren't those dangerous? Or, oh, I'd unalive myself on one of those. You'll hear it from everyone, and maybe you yourself are still wondering about some of these things, but let's just drop some hard and painful factoids here. Most people don't follow the route I've outlined here. They wear little to no gear, they don't take classes, they don't have insurance, and are financially ruined by an accident, and etc. That being said, I'll also include the link to the National Highway Safety Traffic Association below as well. The 3 leading causes of fatal motorcycle accidents include wearing insufficient gear, alcohol above the legal limit, and excessive speeding. With that in mind, let's think about this for a second. So you're telling me if you wear a helmet and some other gear, you don't drink and drive, and you don't speed, you'll be good. Now, if you want to speed, yet again, I've said this many times now, choose your moments, choose them wisely. And the end, you've now become exponentially less likely to be involved in a serious or fatal accident. Just wear a helmet and gloves and don't drink and drive. Congratulations. You now have a much more survivable chance of enjoying a motorcycling journey. People are always going to try and misquote you about like NHSTA statistics or how their friends, aunts, uncles, cat, dog got hurt in a bike accident when they were 9, or how they've been riding dirt bikes since they were 7 and this and that the third. Ignore it. Don't let them speak for you. Go and learn for yourself. Go and learn for yourself. I really want to encourage everyone to take a look at this video and just share it. If you know someone who wants to get into motorcycling, get this video in front of them. I know that if you look at my channel, you may see motorcycle riding demonstrated in AI generated videos that are not the safest skills to practice, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody is meant to like the same thing. If they did, the line would be too long. But in that situation though, also there is a smart way to build yourself up, and I know that as long as motorcycles exist, certain people are going to want to do stupid things on them, and so I want to give everyone the tools to do it as safely as possible. So we've covered a lot here today. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you did like the video, then make sure you share this with someone and leave a like so more can see it. And if you didn't like it, then tell me why in a constructive way with solutions. Don't just be like, oh, this video sucks. No, just be like, hey, I don't agree with what you're saying, and then say why. And that's okay. We can have a conversation and still be respectful to each other. Don't just be a negative Nancy. That being said, make sure to catch me where I'm most active on Instagram at Sandman_Benny. I'd love to see you guys over there. Thank you so much for your time today. Be sure to share this with someone. If you want to subscribe, cool. If not, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to share this information because I have so many people reaching out to me about how to ride, and I feel like I have the obligation to help them get into it safely and smartly, that I'm just here for that. I'm just here to share the information. I'm not here to monetize this to make money off of this. I don't care about that. So that being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Have fun. If you do end up getting a bike, give me a shout on Instagram. Let me know, hey, I saw your videos. You got me into riding. I'd love to see it. The world would be a better place if more people rode motorcycles.